Hello, Australia. I'm Sheri Van Dijk. I am thrilled to be here to invite you to my workshop that I'll be presenting in March of 2019 called Calming the Emotional Storm. And essentially, we'll be looking at how to treat emotion dysregulation in adult and teen clients using dialectical behavior therapy or DBT. I've been practicing DBT for about 15 years or so. I've written 7 books on the topic. A couple of my books you might have heard of. The DBT Skills Workbook for Bipolar Disorder was my first book. I've also written, for example, Don't Let Your Emotions Run Your Life for Teens. And I also wrote a book aimed at clinicians called DBT Made Simple, where my goal was really to make DBT more accessible to clinicians. To use with clients with a variety of problems. I've actually just recently started to write my 8th book. I don't have a title for it yet, but I can share with you that it will focus on helping teens who have problems with self-harming, and that, again, of course, will be from a DBT perspective. So in my upcoming workshop for Tatra, I'll be doing a series of one-day workshops, and we'll be looking at practical applications of DBT, and specifically at its use beyond working with clients with borderline personality disorder. And so if you have attended workshops on DBT in the past, this is important. This tends to be something that is a little bit different about my work with DBT, is my focus on using DBT to treat problems and disorders other than borderline. So, for example, again, working with people with bipolar disorder, with mood, anxiety, depression, with obsessive compulsive disorder, with eating disorders, essentially whatever problems my clients are experiencing, I'm treating them in some way with dialectical behavior therapy skills and strategies. That also includes, by the way, non-diagnostic problems. So not necessarily a disorder per se, but problems with anger management or problems with low self-esteem or chronic shame and grief and so on. So in the workshop series next year, we'll be looking at how to address some of these problems with some of the DBT skills that I really see as most pertinent to emotion regulation. So for example, we'll be looking at the skills of taking a non-judgmental stance, practicing radical acceptance with situations and emotions and so on, using one of my favorite skills as well, known as acting opposite to the emotion. And we'll also be looking at how some of the DBT skills actually change our brain and our body's physiology in order to help us re-regulate our emotions. We'll look as well at some of the research that connects DBT to emotion regulation and neuroplasticity. So throughout the workshop, also we'll be looking at some strategies to help our clients get unstuck, both in therapy session as well as in general in their lives outside of the therapy. And I really hope that you'll join me. I hope that I've piqued your interest. I will be presenting in Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, and Adelaide in March of 2019. And if you do come, you can learn how to bring DBT in a more flexible way to your clients. In individual sessions, we do touch a little tiny bit on group as well. But really the focus of my work, again, is making DBT more accessible to clinicians, and typically most of us are using DBT skills, therefore in individual work with our clients. So really taking a more adaptable and flexible approach to DBT. So I really hope that you'll join us. I can't wait to see you there. Take care.